This is Christopher Judge. You may know me best as Teal'c, and you are listening to Bad Nerds. Indeed.
Welcome to Stargate SG-1 for the first time. Still not a Star Trek podcast. My name is Jeff Aiken, and I'm watching Stargate SG-1 for the first time.
And I'm Brent Allen, and I'm watching Stargate SG-1 for the 47th time. But for the first time, I'm looking for what Stargate is trying to teach us. You know, those lessons that sci-fi is uniquely positioned to talk to us about. Things that can give us hope for a better future, hold up a mirror to society, or maybe just tell us how we can be better human beings to one another.
Tonight, Brent, we're watching an episode called 2010. And my prediction says this is the episode where we go back to the past, while SG-1 launches into the future, and we meet each other, and they get a thing to do a thing.
I love the specifics you gave it. You gave it there.
Literally, I think they're just going to my prediction is they're going to travel to the year 2010
to go get a thing. Mm-hmm. So they can come back and do a thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I like it.
There you go.
If there's one thing you and I have learned over the last 2.5 years, Jeff, 4 years, however long it's been since we've been doing this, whatever. Yeah. If there's one thing you and I have learned, the fewer specifics you give on your prediction, the better it goes.
Right. I feel like this episode's going to be about SG-1.
I bet Teal'c's in it. Yeah. All right, this is the 16th episode, season 4, titled 2010. The air date is January 3rd in the year 2001. Now, interesting, that was actually the air date on Sky One, which is the British sci-fi channel. Wouldn't air here in America until 1 week later on Showtime on January 10th. Sky One is going to start getting these first from now on for the most part. So that's probably the date. I'm just going with whatever date it was first thrown out there.
That works.
This one is written by Brad Wright. Jeff, pop quiz. Who is Brad Wright?
Brad Wright is this little guy. He's got a buddy. I think his name was Jonathan Glassner, and they started this little TV show that we happen to be watching right now.
Show creator Brad Wright.
I remember that.
Directed by Andy Makita. Now, we last saw Andy's work on the episode The Curse just a few episodes ago. Mm-hmm. This is his final episode. He's going to direct in season 4, but he's going to be back for lots more in all the seasons going forward. Now, fun fact, the title of this episode is actually an homage to Arthur C. Clarke's novel, 2010, Odyssey 2, published in 1982. Jeff, have you ever read it?
I've never read it.
But is it on your bookshelf?
Nope.
Okay. I think it's on mine. I've never read it either.
Yeah.
In the novel, Clarke uses the term Stargate. So here they're sort of paying it back a little bit.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
No word on if this was if that was the inspiration for Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin to create the movie.
Well, it is a very specific term that no one could possibly come up with randomly.
Never.
Stargate.
So with that, Jeff, it's time to go watch this episode. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Hey, if you guys are joining us for the very first time, welcome. Every episode is somebody's first time. What you guys are about to see is Jeff and I are going to watch this episode 2010 for the first time. Like right now. If you're hanging out with us on YouTube, stick around because you're going to catch the reaction to that. If you want to see the full unedited version of that reaction, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/badnerds.
And if you're listening to us on a podcasting app, we're about to meet you as we gate into the future, just like SG-1 is about to do in this episode. When we get there, I'm going to share my first-time reactions. Brent's going to share the sci-fi messages that he found. We'll update our tracking board and do all the fun stuff, including ranking it and whatever else we do on the other side of this trip. Brent, let's get into the DeLorean and head to 2010.
7 locked.
Besides, it's a beautiful day to wait.
That's Sam with a new boyfriend?
Yeah, I'm sorry, honey. I had to.
They're calling each other honey.
1930. What?
Oh, he's about to propose.
Not for sure this time.
They said it isn't either one of us. We just have to keep trying.
Not that I might try.
Me either.
Just thought we'd be working on our second child by now.
Me too.
Walk me to the terminal.
I'm glad they're not going too... Oh, never mind. They're not going too super future-y, and there we go.
Maybe we should get a second opinion.
The Ashen are hundreds of years more advanced in medicine than we are.
Ah. of the Stargate and the tech. They actually got technology. Okay.
How long will you be gone?
Well, I have to visit that new embassy on the southern continent.
He's just going to gate somewhere. It's not a plane he's going
You're
to.
kidding.
Of course,
Well, he said he has to be off-world.
Anniversary ceremony at 1 o'clock.
No, it's no big deal.
It's no big deal. If it wasn't for you, we'd never even met the Ocean.
Oh, I hear it. Yeah, just escalating your way into it. What a difference a decade can make.
Yeah, right?
We're going to be buried at the bottom of a mountain and then just, hey, over here in Concourse C.
You know what's really interesting to me is looking at how they have this whole thing around the Stargate, and you have it very much feels like an airport. Hey, people departing for such and such world, meet here at this time, and they're going to open the gate and everybody goes through, and they're just letting people go in and out, and people coming in, people going out. It's no big deal. Normal, ordinary, everyday thing. For all the worlds we've ever been to, Jeff, we've never seen a Stargate as a terminal like that being used for commercial purposes.
No.
It's always just this random, most of the time it's an artifact or it's unknown, or it's hidden in a warehouse or whatever, sitting out in the middle of the field.
Get with the Tolan or something, and it's just in they have it in a guarded area that you can't get into, and it's controlled. This is the Ferengi get gate technology, capitalization.
Honestly, this is humans get gate technology.
Yeah, there's no allegory.
Really, what that is,
It's just,
and then we use that same technology for transporting and people all over the world. Just little. Hey, I'm going to go to Paris. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Which is an awesome way to travel. By the way, I want your understanding of. They've kind of filled us in a little bit on what's happened in the intervening 10 years to how we've got here. What do you got so far? I just want to make sure you're tracking.
So Sam has a partner. Now. They've been trying to have a kid, not working out. They've met this race called the Ashen. They've got some Ashen, who they've got some pretty good stuff with, and they've been trading technology or something. Apparently, they've got not ring technology, but just straight up transporter technology.
Yep.
And are using the gate for travel to go to the Confederated Worlds, which means there's been a lot of work happening out in the world of the Stargates with people coming together. I'm going to imagine that the SGC was kind of at the forefront of making that stuff happen. That's what humans do. We build communities.
Right. One little detail I think you might have missed is tomorrow in the show is the anniversary of something, the 10-year anniversary of
a thing
with SG1.
Okay.
And whatever that is.
I did miss that. So good. Thank you for that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Please don't open the gate right now.
I know.
That gate looks a lot wider than the one we had. Look, you got, 6 people standing across it?
In the beginning, they had 3 Jaffa come through, and it was crowded. Oh, who's the
My fellow Americans. 10 years ago this very day, a team codenamed SG-1, then working in secret, came upon an alien race.
Look up.
The Ashen.
No, you missed it.
That's not Tilk.
That introduction,
I was
able to forge the greatest alliance this country, indeed, this world has ever known.
Oh, just the 3 of them. Daniel's got the same haircut.
He's got spiffy new glasses, though.
From Colonel Jack O'Neill's mission report of that first contact. And one thing's for sure, the Goa'uld are coming.
The Goa'uld.
Shin could save our asses.
May he rest in peace.
Well, guess what, Jack? They did. Dr. Samantha Carter, Dr. Daniel Jackson, Teal, would you please step forward?
No Dr. Tilk.
Look at Tilk's forehead, Jeff.
Though our nation's business has kept me from being with you in person, nonetheless, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you have done for me and for our country.
So we still have countries is a thing.
God bless you all.
A lot of questions about Kinsey. Oh, you're inside. Oh, those must be the Ashen with the weird outfits.
Yes.
What happened? General Hammond.
So just to catch up and hit a few things, 10 years in the future, 10 years in the past is the anniversary of meeting the Ashen. Jack wrote a mission report about, hey, these people are perfect. They're great. If the Goa'uld come, they'll be great. Kinsey says the Goa'uld did come and they were great. Jack's off somewhere else. We'll get to that soon. A few things I noted, though, that are interesting. It's Kinsey, right? That's a thing.
Mm-hmm. He's a president. He seems smarmy Kinsey.
Seems very different. Also, he's a politician, so maybe it's just how he's coming across. And I'm interested because it's 10 years into the future. That's more than 8. So either he wasn't elected in his first go-around that we just saw him announce his candidacy for and didn't get elected till 2004, or some stuff went down and they do things different now.
O'Neill has made his feelings very clear concerning the Ashen Alliance.
Well, he could have come to see us.
Ambassador, the Ashen delegation is eager to hear about your visit to our south continent.
Yep, be my pleasure. Well, I think we can safely assume I'll be late.
I had planned to return to chaulk.
Oh, come on, Teal. We haven't seen each other in ages. Please.
Very well.
Well, she hasn't aged much in 10 years, has she?
Yes.
He ain't got no thing.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
I just thought it was him.
No.
So, what?
And there's no scar or anything.
Since they were having the ceremony, I'm like, Jeff.
Think about it, Sam. I mean, look, we've all taken the anti-aging vaccine, the anti-cancer vaccine, and now the Ashen have these medical machines that can reverse tissue damage and mend broken bones. I mean,
Sam,
please.
The medicine I practice may seem like the Dark Ages now, but I was your doctor for a long time. How long have you been trying?
She's like, I need a patient.
Right.
Please.
Almost 3 years.
You know all those times you went through the gate?
Keep you waiting, but I just wanted to double-check my results.
And I'm fine, right?
Well,
Sam, I don't know how your Shen doctor could have missed it, and frankly, I just don't think it's possible he could have.
What?
You can't have children.
They said everything was normal.
In every other way, it is.
Then this is a mistake.
tell me what I'm looking at here, Doc.
There's no room for interpretation.
My parents didn't sign the permission slip for this part of health class.
She just told you. Overuse or damage.
I don't know. I don't know what may have caused it or when it may have happened, but obviously it was sometime.
No, I want to know why the Ashen doctors looked me in the eye and told me that I was okay.
That's the question.
Why did they lie to me?
I don't know. But I'm willing to help you find out.
I bet she's not the only woman this is happening to. This is like one of the, this might be a thing. The Ashen maybe not as up and up as we thought they were.
You think? You're a good guesser.
Look at this guy. It's dark in there.
Something wrong?
Well, you know how Stargate loves to light their show.
I know.
Did your people ever imagine converting a planet into a star?
No, I doubt it.
I should think you would have at least considered it, given the rapid growth of your population, the viability of the planet.
Seems really dangerous.
Just don't think quite as far ahead as the Ashen seem to.
There. You have core access.
There you go. Start
Thanks,
looking up
Mom.
your files. Mm-hmm. Maulum is his name. I'm just going to call him Punchable.
It is pretty punchable face, doesn't he?
Yeah.
General search, human reproductive statistics.
Here it is.
That's it.
What's this downward trend? What's going on?
Well, if I'm reading this properly, the worldwide birth rate has dropped almost 91% in the last 2 years.
What?
Well, that's what it says right here. These are the Ashen numbers.
Yeah, but we would know.
It's happening everywhere the anti-aging vaccine has gone.
Oh, no.
They're doing it systematically.
Just turn it off, please.
I just have to say, something getting blamed on a vaccine is kind of triggering, given the time frame that we're in right now. I don't know if that's a good idea. But I just wanted to throw out my 2 theories that I have right now to see which way we go. One, that it's probably not what it is, but I think it's fun, is this is like a V storyline where these aliens come down, they give us all this great stuff, and we're like, amazing, but it turns out they just want to use us as food or something like that. They're just like somehow preparing us to do something awful with us. What it probably is they're like, yeah, so we gave you this anti-aging thing, so you're not going to die, so we had to stop you from and limit your reproduction, because otherwise you'd overpopulate, and we made the decisions on how to do that, and this is going to be an episode about, like, how do you get to choose? You can't make that choice, but we have to. We gave you this. We didn't talk to us about it. So that's what I'm looking at right now.
It's an interesting thing to me that you bring that up, and let's put a pin in this because I want to talk about it more when we get to the other side of this whole conversation.
Okay.
Of the very practical reason why they may do this, not the nefarious reason.
I want to revise my prediction.
Okay.
They're going to try and send a message. They're going to be like, hello, on this date 10 years ago, do not go and meet these people because they're going to eat you.
You're a good guesser, Jeff.
Okay, then why provide a vaccine that almost doubles the human lifespan? That doesn't make any sense.
Unless that's the mechanism they use to sterilize the population.
There's
Still ends.
All they have to do is wait.
And within 200 years, there will be very few, if any, humans remaining. Yashin will have this world unto themselves.
All the buildings intact, all the infrastructure's there.
I don't know. I mean, tell somebody.
Before General Hammond died, he called me, and he said he needed to speak to me about something very important, something that he couldn't discuss over the phone.
They killed Hammond.
And the next day I told the Ashen doctors, I said, this is impossible. He could not have died of a heart attack. He was in perfect health. But they said their diagnostic machines were infallible.
You believe he was murdered?
At the time, no. I believed, like everybody else, the Ashen were our saviors.
Maybe we can take it back.
How?
General Hammond showed us.
He left us a note.
What are you talking about?
A number of years ago, a freak accident sent us back to 1969.
Hey, we saw that
By
episode.
dialing coordinates that are precisely on the opposite side of the sun at the exact moment of a solar flare, it causes the wormhole to turn back towards Earth on itself, and it creates time distortion. Now, theoretically, we could send ourselves a message.
Wait a second. I thought you said it was possible to predict the exact moment of a solar flare.
For us, yes, it was. But with access to the Ashen computer.
Okay, wait a second here. We are considering changing the lives of the entire human race on Earth. Do we have that right?
It's a great question.
Then we will live to see the end of the entire human race on Earth.
Oh, things turned out pretty well for them, it looks like.
Hi.
Oh, it's Jack. It's Jack.
So this is the place you kept threatening to take me. It's good to see you.
I love how they try to make him look all unkempt with the beard stuff, but his hair is still like perfectly like to code and everything.
Mm-hmm. He still goes into town to get his hair cut every 3 weeks.
Jack? It turns out we made a mistake. Our alliance with the Ashen.
Oh, that. Not working out, is it? Gosh, I wish I'd seen that coming. Oh, wait.
What?
I did see that coming.
It isn't what you thought.
Say we do this. What happens to everything that's happened the past 10 years?
It won't happen.
So we don't go to P4C 970, we don't meet the Ashen, then what?
The Gold come and destroy you? You form
Let me
other
tell you something,
alliances?
Carter. Why don't we erase your mistakes? That's your business. My conscience is clear. I warned everybody.
We're doing this.
Let me know how it turns out.
Well, when you go to dust like Thanos just snapped, you'll find out.
Let me ask you something. What does your dearly beloved ambassador say about all this?
There's the beef right there.
I haven't had a chance to tell him.
Maybe he can help you.
He's right. It's the gate room.
Well, what I'm sure many of you don't know is that officially it was known as the embarkation room, because that's where the SG teams embarked from. Okay.
Jeff, do you know this? This is Stargate poking fun at itself.
Okay.
They called it the embarkation room in the first episode, maybe 2.
Yeah. I have a memory of that.
And ever since then, it's just been the gate room. So it just, yeah,
it's funnier than you think it. It's not as funny as you think it.
Oh, it's hilarious. It is hilarious.
I think what's the hilarious thing here is her actualing Daniel and Sam.
We couldn't break away until there were more people around. Once we're in the control room.
Not her personal favorite SG team.
Just don't ask for the photo.
And we're walking.
Surprise!
Oh, look at that. Jack can't say no to being a hero.
Was this the only one?
Oh, look at that!
You people aren't supposed to be...
You people. They're going to call him by his name. Come on.
Colonel O'Neill?
Jeff's so excited right now.
Sergeant.
But
that's it?
I work here now. So the...
now.
Operations Tech Advisor.
Oh, well, you're doing a great job.
The section's closed off. Are you here for old time's sake?
That's it exactly.
We're on mission.
Where did you get those?
The Zats.
Oh, don't you worry about that.
Armory. We're taken.
Oh, no.
Sergeant, please. This is really important.
You know us.
Do you know where our real GDOs went?
I'm not a sergeant anymore, and you're not colonels. And you're not supposed to have that remote either.
Oh, that's good, because actually, we don't want that one. We want the real one.
It's in the White House, in the Oval Office, on the president's desk.
That's good to know.
Kinsey grab a souvenir on the way down?
Look, guys, I don't know what's going on.
Walter. Right now, I need you to trust us. Just turn around, walk away, pretend we weren't even here Thursday.
Then you'll tell me what's going on.
Absolutely everything.
Okay. All right, then. You're not colonels anymore, but
Thursday.
Still.
Thursday.
Okay.
I think I can get it.
Joe?
He's a good guy.
If you tell him, there'll be no going back. Of course, if you don't tell him, there'll be no going back.
No? Mm-hmm.
He'll do it.
Daniel's always the one to
I know he will.
punctuate those things for us, isn't he?
The birth rate has been cut over 90%.
Oh, my God.
You know, Jeff, it occurs to me.
Mm-hmm.
We track birth rates across the world.
Yeah.
And when those birth rates fluctuate by single-digit percents, people freak out.
We're freaking out right now globally because they're dropping.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, so bully for the Ashen, countries are still keeping their own numbers on some things, though. Like,
you'd think,
medical stuff notwithstanding, we still know how many babies are being born into the population. And a 90% decrease in a few years, pretty telling.
That's, I mean, literally think of the newborn, the maternity, area in any hospital, how it's full. At some point, some nurse is going to be like, isn't it weird? We haven't had any births in 3 days. Anybody else notice this?
How many other women are like Sam out there who are going, you go to your doctor and they say, no, everything's fine. Just keep trying. After 3 years, you have many people saying this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is the part that I kind of come out of the story a little bit, in that it's that number at 90% is so drastic.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this had jumped to 19% or even 9%, and the projection is that it grows up.
Yeah, the trend line going sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think though Dr. Fraser said a thing that feeds to that a little bit, and it was, look, I know that the medicine I do is the Dark Ages, and you go to your Ashen doctor. Like, the Ashen have taken over the medical industry, so people aren't going to their ma and pa doctor.
Right, but the media. I mean, and I know Sam said they control the media. People talk. Social media is out there. You and I both know people. Every single one of you knows people, and if you don't know somebody, then you're the person who puts out way too much information on social media.
Right.
Way too much private information. They detail everything about their lives.
Yeah, and at 90%, somebody be saying
they detail everything about the thoughts that run through their head and the emotions that they're going through. Like,
well, the emotions they think they're not very in touch with. Sorry, that's
very true.
Other commentary.
Very true.
It's supposed to be a third of that.
Oh, he does know.
You knew.
The Shin insisted on it.
Oh my God.
Honey, they see further ahead than we do. They knew that if we didn't limit growth, we would.
Is that what you call this?
There you go, Jeff.
Obviously, this is not what we agreed to.
Got to limit growth.
We didn't have a choice, Sam.
You still don't get it.
Sooner or later, the Goa'uld would have wiped us out. Would you prefer that?
The Ashen way is slower. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at his point, he thought it was going to be like a 30% drop, not a 90% drop.
Mm-hmm.
And that's reasonable.
Limiting growth. I have to talk to the president.
Yes, you do. But not about this.
I need one of these.
I need you to take this Iris remote and change it with the one on the president's desk without getting caught. And bring the other one back to my lab.
But you can't say one word about what we've talked about, or they will kill you.
And if they don't, I will.
Just like they killed Hammond.
Right. The super sudden, unexpected heart attack.
When he was in perfect health. Was he?
Ambassador, I knew you'd have something to do with this.
There's the beef.
Did you get it?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yes. What are you going to do with it? Send a message. To who? To whom? Let's have it. I'll hand it over. If you give me your word that Samantha will play no part in this. I can't do that. It's in a briefcase at the customs office at Stargate Terminal. They've been instructed not to release it without my authorization. Your word. We need her to pull this off. Well, whatever it is, you'll have to do without Sam.
Joe, unless
this is not negotiable. I will not let you risk Sam's life.
Okay.
Jack actually gets that.
Mm-hmm. You won't have backup.
We won't need it.
Yeah, he's like, we got this.
The sun's beeping.
Mm-hmm. You know, it actually would just be smarter to gate to a different world.
And do it from there.
And do it from there.
But maybe they don't have the telemetry and stuff on the solar flares or whatever to time it the way they needed to.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Outgoing travelers to Chaulk, please stand by in the departure area.
Well, what if you're on another world and you're gating to Earth? Well, because it turns the thing back on itself. Yeah. He has a fishing harpoon.
This is pre 9/11 security gate to the airport.
Yes, it is. Very much so. Yeah. Where did we get the DHD?
It had to have been there. That's how they tell it where to go on its Empire Strikes Back stairs.
All right, let's go.
I'm staying. You go if you want to.
Come on, Sam. We gotta go.
Joe, don't.
Sam, listen. We'll work this out, all right? Right now, I think it's best for the both of us. We're very far away from here.
If they manage to do this, it will not matter where we are.
No, I told them they're going to do it, Sam. Like, stuff's about to go down. Not a good end here for Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Colonel O'Neill?
Dang, he did not need to get recognized.
Mullen.
Melon.
Sorry, it's the war, you know.
You didn't come to the anniversary celebration.
What's to celebrate, I say?
Surely the Shen have proven your earlier misgivings erroneous.
I'm sorry, sir, but weapons are not allowed.
It's just archaeological equipment. This happens every time.
We carry these for ceremonial purposes only.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to let me have it.
Oh, I'll let you have it.
That's like the best answer everywhere.
Gotta let me have it.
Okay.
Terrorist attacking drones. Please evacuate the building immediately.
Stop looking, just do it. This is where I go, why do they take so long to boot up the gate? They've done this 1,000 times. They know where those things are.
What are those things even shooting? It's like it doesn't even bother him.
Little lasers.
Yeah. Ah, gosh.
Oh, I mean, it knocked him back a few times. Oh. It's got Daniel in the face as
Death by 1,000 tiny lasers.
Right? I like how Daniel is taking out one as if that's really gonna... Didn't quite make it, Jack. Come on, dude.
Gosh, that really kind of sort of hurts a bit. Oh, man. Right? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh, so close. But Sam's going to run up, save the day.
But I want to know what those lasers are doing to kill him.
Yeah.
Like, how are they stopping his functioning? Like...
Oh!
Jeff, what do we got? What do
Daniel
we got?
dead.
Daniel dead. He's dead. He's dead. Oh, man, that's like the best. I can act like that.
Right.
Slow motion,
right in.
And
Incoming traveler.
it still says Davis on his name tag. It's not his name.
One, sir.
What's the last name, maybe? Walter Davis?
It's not his name.
Let's find out. Defense team, stand by. Open the iris.
I promise you, I've never looked at this dude's name tag more times in my life than I have during the run of this show that you and I are doing. It'd be funny if they tried to shoot the paper as it went through.
Right.
Stand down.
Gates off, guys. Chill. What's it say, Jeff?
It says, do you want to go out with me, yes or no?
Oh, you're a good guesser. Bro, what do you think it says?
You're right. Don't go, or something like that.
Okay.
Well, you tell me. Under no circumstances go to P4C 970 Colonel Jack O'Neill. That looks like your handwriting.
It is my handwriting. And it's my signature.
I would recognize the signature.
Vote.
Nope.
Sir, may I?
Pretty direct and to the point.
That looks like blood, sir.
Have it analyzed.
It's Sam's.
General, wasn't 970 on our mission list?
It was. Not anymore. I'm not taking any chances. I want P4C 970 removed from the dialing computer immediately.
Man, just like that.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed note. Just.
I wonder why you sent it. Wonder when.
She immediately jumps to a time travel thing.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
You gotta wonder.
He's like, and one more planet we don't have to bother going to. Before we gate into the rest of this episode, did you know you're missing most of the content from this podcast? Stargate SG-1 for the first time has an active and exciting Patreon that you can join right now by clicking the link in the show notes. Not only will you get access to the full, unedited podcast and reaction videos, you'll also be able to join a growing, vibrant, maybe even an intergalactic community. Subscribers even get access to all of our content from Babylon 5 for the first time. Don't miss out on this content and the amazing people. Just click the link in the show notes. Tilk thinks you should do it right now.
Indeed.
All right, Jeff, you and I just watched 2010, however you want to say it, for the first time. Talk to us about it.
Bro, I loved this episode. It was exciting.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was creative. Mm-hmm. And it posed really big questions, like big stuff. I have a ton of notes, but I actually took a minute at one point to say,
I know,
you know what?
I'm sorry. For our audio folks, here's how the reaction went for probably the first 30 minutes of the thing. Jeff, look up. No, Jeff, look up. Jeff, look up right now. Oh, you missed it.
I did. We had to go back a lot and we paused things. Like there's just a lot. But the thing is, like a lot of it is interesting, but it took us in directions and then it took us to other places. So I kind of put together a list of some high level stuff I want to make sure I hit on.
Okay.
And then we can dive into a few other things. But really, so we're 10 years in the future. Mm-hmm. And it seems like this idyllic future. We have transporters and the Stargate is just an airport now. It's everything but has the Delta logo on it. Mm-hmm. But it's, you know, it's as commercial as it gets.
People are living long life. We've got the cure to cancer. We've got the cure to aging. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, things are awesome. But scientists, I don't really need them anymore. They're kind of, you know, Dr. Frasier has nothing to do except her makeup, which was amazing. I was a really, really big fan of Dr. Frasier's 2010 look. Mm-hmm. But they said things that were kind of hints into the future. One thing was that Kinsey's president. Mm-hmm. Okay, interesting. We interrogated that a little bit during the episode itself. But Daniel said a thing, the survivors of the Tok'ra. Mm-hmm. Caught on that, and so my note there was 100% they're going to get rocked at some point because they dumb. Like, so we got that coming. I have a lot of questions that aren't important, but it's just like, why would you turn Jupiter into a sun? That seems really problematic.
Okay, so one thing I mentioned prior to watching the episode that the title of this, and obviously the title is far more than just an homage. Like it literally is. Were set in 2010, but it was an homage to the novel by Arthur C. Clarke, 2010 Odyssey 2. Well, at the end of that novel, they have something called the Jupiter Ignition Project, where I think they turned Jupiter into a sun. So that was
okay.
It was pulling it in from that particular deal. Also, you're right. Why would you turn Jupiter into a sun? Because first of all, it'd be a really tiny sun. Also, why? We have one.
Yeah. And it causes all kinds of problems for us already with solar radiation and like the gravity that it puts. So you're going to throw another thing that has a big gravity. Like that's not good. Mm-hmm. But I don't think science is important in this one. But I asked a question Right, I didn't ask a question, but at some point I stopped and I'm like, hey, this is either going to go one of two ways. It's either going to go the way that this is a rehashing of V, where these aliens come to the planet, they give us all kinds of cool stuff, and then they're going to eat us. That wasn't the case here. Then I said, so then it might be, they gave us this anti-aging vaccine, so they have to stave off reproduction. Otherwise, we'll overpopulate because no one is going to die.
Yeah.
Interestingly, it was neither of those things. It was, hey, we're going to help you. Like, we want to help you against the Gould and everything, but you guys are breeding way too much, and I don't think you're worth investing in because of that. You're going to consume too many resources, whatever, all the stuff that comes with too high of a reproductive rate. So we got to pump the brakes on this bad boy. The ambassador, Joe, Sam's partner, I don't know if it's her husband, but her partner, he's like, oh, it's not supposed to be 90%. It's supposed to be a third of that. So I'm curious. And again, we're never going to find out. This timeline doesn't exist anymore, but is it 90% because it was just much more effective than they thought it was going to be? Or is it 90% because the Ashen weren't honest with anyone?
I think what we're given to believe is it's B. Yeah, they told us 30%, right. Which, first of all, think about that. The world powers or whatever negotiating committee was there with the Ashen, they told them this and we're going to have to reduce your birth rate. Your population's way too much. You guys are going to live longer. We can't have you guys just continuing to overpopulate because all this stuff is really bad. And so they're like, okay, let's reduce the birth rate. We're not killing people off. We're just going to stop letting new ones get born by 30%. That will stave off what we need it to stave off and we'll be able to go from there. And they went, okay, let's knowingly allow them to give us medicine to reduce it by 30%, but we can't control that. We just have to trust them that that's what it's going to be. There's a lot of faultiness, but also just talks about the stupidity of government.
Yeah, well, I really hesitate to bring this up because I know it will bring up feelings, so I'll keep it at a high level. Yeah. But during our response to COVID, there were many of our marginalized and underrepresented communities when the vaccine started coming out wouldn't go get the vaccine. And it wasn't because they didn't believe in the vaccine. It's because the government has done them dirty time and time and time and time and time again. Yep. And they're like, look, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And this is fooling me for the 8,000th time. So what we can derive from that, I'm not making any accusations, I'm just saying we can derive from that when negative things are going to happen, the government tends to focus those on underrepresented and marginalized communities. I wonder where, Brent, they thought this reduction in birth rate was going to occur. I'm just
That's an interesting.
Yeah. Not gonna, it's just gonna put that out there, and maybe the Ashen saw that and they're like, "Wow, these people are messed up. Let's just kill all of them."
Well, and from a high level, I don't care about you as a human being. You're just a number and a resource on a page to me. Mm-hmm. Those communities you're talking about do tend to require a higher amount of resources.
Some.
And when I say, I want to be clear with what I'm saying. I want to say require, not use. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
I think so.
Like what I'm saying is the needs for them to utilize resources are very legitimate, whereas the people who are actually utilizing the resources is usually not really legitimate that they need to be utilizing those resources as much. Does that make sense? Like
it does. It's not entirely accurate. Having worked in that space of stuff, that is definitely, it's definitely the accepted narrative in society. And so I've seen numbers to the contrary. Not important here.
Interesting.
But even that being,
and by the way, Jeff, if I may, if I just offended anybody out there, I totally apologize. I just broke one of my own rules, kind of our rule of don't talk about stuff that you're not involved with. And I'm not usually in one of those communities, and I probably should have stepped my mouth shut. So I'm sorry for that. If I offended anybody, I was speaking mostly from my preconceived notions.
And I think that was what makes it fair, because it's a real thing. You know, I mean, that is the perception out there. When I talk to people, I work in social services, and when I talk to people who aren't in social services, that is there are two beliefs that I hear on a regular basis: that marginalized and underrepresented communities are sucking that stuff up more than others, and it's all fraud and people stealing. They're just lazy and having more kids because more kids mean more welfare dollars. Yep. Like, those are the two narratives I hear a lot. And statistically, at least in the United States, we can demonstrate that is not true at all. In fact, there are numbers with like the SNAP program in the United States, used to be called food stamps, supplemental nutrition assistance program. For every dollar of SNAP that's put into a local economy, it generates $3 of like economic activity. It enriches an economy to have SNAP benefits, and when people use them correctly, it enriches them in a nutritional way when used correctly. But I say that's valid just because, like, the Ashen are going to be talking to the government, and they're like, hey, we have to do this thing, and you have to, and they're like, well, we hit these communities normally and we can justify it because people think they use up more resources anyway. So I think the whole thing works together, the perception and the reality in that. And I think for me, the overarching piece to this is, if a gift seems too good to be true, it probably is. And it started off with President Kinsey reading Jack's mission log. Shout out to our buddies over at Mission Log. But read it, and he's like, hey, these people are great. Like, they're willing to share stuff with us. They really want to partner. They're even going to help protect us from the Gould. It's so great. And then immediately we got the storyline that Jack was like, we do not want to be allies with these people. We don't want to join their confederacy. We don't want to do this. He saw that. He saw that it was too good to be true. Nobody else did. Yeah, this episode's so good that, like, I have all these notes about stuff, and all I'm talking about are the cool messages and the stuff. And it was such a cool concept.
Very high concept, isn't it? Very high. Yeah, I love high concept sci-fi. Totally
good. I mean, this is beyond a Star Trek, beyond, so much of the sci-fi out there's good hard sci-fi, and just done really, really well. The thing that we have to dive into, I think it might actually be the most important part of this whole episode. Walter Davis.
Yeah, we got his name. We got his first name anyway. I promise.
Is that his first name?
That is his first name.
Okay.
That is legit his first name. His name is Walter. His last name has yet to be revealed, and it's not Davis. His name tag has said Davis since season 1. It is not correct. I don't know why.
It is Davis. It's Davis until it's not.
Right.
That's the Stargate rule, apparently.
Yeah. So Walter, funny story. That line where he called him Walter was actually ad-libbed by Richard Dean Anderson. And he was referencing MASH, the character Radar. His real name is Walter. Like he was like, and if you watch it, understanding that, you're like, Walter, like you can see him just sort of like reach in and grab that name. And turns out it actually, that's now his name going forward is Walter.
That's awesome. It's so cool that he was there in the future doing the thing. I thought it was great. It's a super cool call. And then he was the first face we saw in modern, in current time.
Yep.
It was great. Brett, we get to update our tracking board.
We do. Now, I told you last week that there was a possibility we would be able to tick off all 4 of these.
You did.
Today. The ones we get to tick off. Sam's boyfriend. Sam's got a new boyfriend. We got that one. All right.
We also scene 1, like from go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We also are going to get to tick off Daniel's death. Now, I said last week, maybe Daniel's death, maybe not, because I couldn't necessarily remember if we saw him actually die on the platform or if he was just like knocked out. I couldn't remember 100% one way or the other. But I thought there was also a really good chance we were going to get an Indeed and a For Crying Out Loud.
It would have made sense. At least if we're crying out loud would have made total sense.
Well, and even Tilk just sitting there at any point in his like ambassadorial role, Indeed, like you could just it would fit so well. But turns out no For Crying Out Louds, no Indeeds, but we do get to add a Daniel death. This is bringing us up to 9 Daniel deaths that we have seen, and this is going to bring us up to the 4th Sam boyfriend. Right now, she's averaging 1 per season.
That's quite a few. Well, Brent, I've talked about quite a few of the messages in this one. Did you catch any other ones, or do you want to dive into some of them that I brought up?
I mean, it's a lot of what you brought up. There's so many that you could just kind of pull out. So I'm just going to grab a few, right? There's no way I'm doing this as an exhaustive list. We talked about it a little bit, but the world powers being in on reducing the Earth's birth rate by 30%. Very cold, very prescribed. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, Jeff.
You're not John Sheridan in that one part of one episode one time?
Right. Actually, no, that might be more me as a conspiracy theorist. There's this one time in this one spot where I'm just trying to make a point and pretend like I'm something I'm not.
That's fair.
But I'm not going to pretend that right now. Like, I don't tend to believe conspiracy theories. However, I do 100% believe that governments do make decisions like this on things to do and things to put out in the population for population control or for population manipulation or for whatever they're trying to do. And this just seems something that's totally on brand, that the world powers government would be in league, in accordance with this idea, as gross and disgusting as it sounds to us.
You just think about how much money they're making off gate travel alone.
Yeah.
That alone, not to mention all the medical breakthroughs and other stuff.
We know we haven't moved into a post-scarcity society yet, though, because we saw them paying with a credit card.
We did.
You know,
and they were a little ahead of the time because they had the little remote credit card payment. So the Shen also had some economic things they were able to offer.
I wonder how much they charged for a ticket to go somewhere.
I know.
Like,
interesting.
is everywhere equidistant? Yeah. Like, does it require more resources to go to this world versus that world through the Stargate? So how do they justify it? Anyway, listen, here's what we know. Capitalistic corporations will come up with reasons to up your bill.
100%. Yeah. Oh, you want to go through the gate first? Cool. You can do that for this little upgrade.
You want to take a bag with you?
Don't want your ovaries destroyed? That just cost this much more.
Right.
Too soon.
Oh, I thought Dr. Frazier had a great question. Great question. Didn't really answer it. Well, actually, I guess they did because they made a choice. Do we have the right to change the fate of the entire human race?
That's
good
huge.
Time travel question. One that we don't really face in real life right now, but one day it's going to happen, Jeff.
I think it's a question we face pre-time travel. Think about, it's a very micro level. I'm trying to think of a really, an example where like we do a thing, we make a decision and it impacts the population, right? That might be fluoridating the water supply. Right.
Yeah.
So, there's arguments on both sides. I happen to strongly believe one of those sides. You can look at my teeth and guess which one of those sides they are, because I got good teeth. But people, who gets to decide that that's, we're going to do that? Is that a thing you can decide? In a lot of municipalities, that goes to the voters. That's good. Let them do that, but at a much bigger scale here, they're doing that. We're literally going to wipe out 10 years of history.
Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, because what they'll do is they'll wipe out this entire timeline. One of the things I really appreciated about the movie Avengers Endgame, is when they talk about, if you guys haven't seen the movie, go catch the movie, but I'm going to talk about it here. So spoiler alert on this movie in 3, 2, bump ahead about 60 seconds. Is that good? Okay, there's the last warning. All right, here we go. In that movie, when they're going to go back in time and change the past, because it has like a time jump of like about 5 years or 10 years or whatever it's been, right? Tony Stark says, yeah, we go back and we get back what we lost, but we can't lose what we've gained. He's not losing his daughter. He's not losing, like, these people who have been born in the intermediate time. We can't lose that. Mm-hmm. This isn't we're not going to go back and wipe out all of these other things. We've got to find a way to merge these and make both happen. And I really like that solution. However, the one thing I don't like about this, Jeff, and this is just Brent's own personal pet peeve, when we watched 1969, they did time travel right. You went back in time. It was a circle. It was a closed loop. Mm-hmm. And here was not. Here we had alternate timelines and we had all this other weird stuff going on. If you guys haven't been around, Brent doesn't believe in alternate timelines. Time's closed. It's a sphere, actually. It's a sphere. And if you're at the center of the sphere, then you exist equidistant from all points in time. Anyway, but here's the one where I really want to come down to. And I think this is probably the most salient message. I cannot say that this was a message that the writers intended, although maybe it is. This is a message that I see that applies to today. Okay. And it's simply this. Don't believe the saviors.
Yeah.
Don't believe the saviors. Here's what I know as an adult. one of the worst things that I can do for another adult is to give them everything. Now, I can help them, I can assist, but what I need to ultimately assist that adult in doing is to be able to provide for themselves. That is the best thing I can do. I'm fully aware that my children are going to grow up, and there comes a point when they're going to have to move out of this house. And you know what? It's kind of one of those, I love my kids. They're always going to be welcome. They're always going to be able to come here and get a good meal. But there will come a point when I'm going to look at them and say, no, you can't live here anymore. You're a full functioning adult. You're never going to fly until you go, until you don't have me to lean on anymore. And you know what? Here's what I learned about humans and adults in general. We figure it out.
Yeah.
We figure it out. It's the coddling, right? It's that sort of stuff that prevents us from growing. The Ashin come in and they come in to be our saviors. And in doing so, they take over everything. They take over all our medicine. They take over all this. And we just get to live happily ever after. And you know what? It's not for them. What we need the Ashin to do, and I think what we need, and by we, I'm putting myself into the world. Okay, when we're looking for technologies, we're looking for allies. We need allies and friends who are going to be our allies and friends, but not give us their technology, but teach us their technology. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Like one of the things, and I remember hearing something from he was somebody from Africa, one of the African countries, Kenya, Congo. I don't remember which one, but that is a society that gets a lot of world aid.
Okay.
And what he was saying, now these are his words, not mine. What he was saying is, please stop sending all this world aid. What is, because people just depend on it. They become dependent upon this aid and they don't raise any higher. Like that's actually what's keeping the countries down, is all the aid that is like just being given out to everybody. He's like, instead, what we want you to do and what you should do and what's going to help us is purchase goods from us. Help us be employed. Help us produce and provide for ourselves so that we can get these things. As we trade with you and we learn new things and we're able to bring it back and apply it here at home, that's what's going to help us to stand on our own, not constantly dumping all this welfare, all this aid into us.
It might have been the same guy, but there's a company, I'm not going to name them because they think they're trying to do a really great thing, and I don't want to disparage them, and if you know this, you know it, but there's a shoe company that has a thing that for every pair of shoes you buy here, they will donate a pair of shoes to someone, and it's in an area of Africa. I don't know if it's a country specifically or whatever. And they've spoken out and said, we actually have an industry here. We make shoes and we sell them, and we can't sell them because you keep sending us free shoes. Like, you're killing our industry and our economy. So it's like, that's a very real, tangible example of exactly what you were talking about.
My wife and I, we contribute to an organization called Compassion International, which goes out and their mantra is to release children from poverty. And you know, it's one of those. It does medicine and food and educate, but it does education. And the point of it is it's to help educate the children so that they can then go on and lead productive lives that come back and help their societies and release their, not just the children, but releasing the society from poverty.
Yeah.
You know, and that fits within, I think, what I'm saying. And I know exactly which company you're talking about. I've got some of those shoes and now I feel bad about it.
And that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, I love the
motives. The motives are very pure in that case.
And they're good shoes, and it feels good.
Yeah.
To buy them and know you're making that difference. But it is, there's an incredible series out there. There's an NBC series called The Good Place.
Yes.
Couldn't recommend it more. It might be some of the best television that's come out in the last 25 some odd years. But that's the thing they come up with, is like doing the smallest thing, buying, one little thing has ripples across the globe now because of how connected we are and how everything is dependent on everything else. Like the smallest act of the best intent can have the most horrific impacts at the end. In fact, like the whole point of that show is, when you die, did you earn enough points to go to the good place, or did you have to go to the bad place? And they realize that there's a point in time where it's impossible to go to the good place because everything we do has ramifications that we don't know about, and we end up losing points all the time. Pretty intense.
That's very intense. I have not seen that show. I've tried watching it, and I keep getting distracted because I do podcasts like this, which keep me watching other TV shows. But it's on my list. It's on the list. Maybe that should be a reaction show. Anyway.
It'd be a good one for you to react to, for sure.
There we go. But anyway, my point being, when people come in and say, I'm your savior, I'm the one, and that's where I want to raise the warning flag. I'm the one who can do this for you. I'm the savior. I'm the one who can solve all your problems. That's the one I want you to be careful of, because what they really ought to be doing is coming in and teaching you, even if they are, and they need to not be giving you all of these things. They got to teach you how to do it for yourself. Anyway, those are the messages that I found. Go ahead.
I want to echo on that just a little bit too, because I can hear some people out there being like, well, that's religion, right? All these religions are based on someone coming in saying they're the savior. That is not true. But almost every global religion that has a savior or a messiah figure in it, that person came in and said, do not tell people about what I'm doing. I'm not here to save you. I'm here to show you the way, right? I mean, that was Muhammad, that was Jesus, that was the Buddha. Like, they're not telling you. So this isn't a thing about religion. They did it right. It's the reason that many of those are still practiced today.
Here you go. So with that being said, I think this episode was so full of the sci-fi stuff, showing us mirrors, showing us, this doesn't necessarily give us hope that we can be better in the future outside of, hey, warning sign, this is where you could wind up. Mm-hmm. And for that reason, Jeff, I'm giving this one 6 chevrons. I think there's a lot here. It's perfect. A lot to chew on.
I agree. This one. Absolutely.
Now, all of that said, that's a big mouthful. I rate the episode. Jeff, you, my friend, get to rank the episode, and our 100% completely accurate and definitive ranking of season 4 of Stargate SG-1. Currently, I'm going to put our top 5 in here because I'm guessing maybe this is going to find its way in there. If not, it's going to be real close. But our top 5, starting with number 5, is Point of No Return. Number 4 is Upgrades. Number 3 is Serpent's Venom. Number 2, Small Victories. And number 1, Window of Opportunity. Jeff, where do you place 2010?
I don't think it's going to be as close to the 5 as you think it's going to be. Almost as far away as it can possibly be, and still being above 5. Brent, it's our new number 2 on the season.
I was like, really? Where are you going with that? Okay.
It was great. This is such a great episode. Not only was it fun to watch, not only was it like hard, great sci-fi, but we just talked for 20 minutes about just the unbelievable messages in this thing. This episode is near perfection.
Yeah, I agree. I will tell you, I'm looking at this list here. Window of Opportunity in 2010, of the episodes we have seen so far, are probably the 2 that I come back to the most out of season 4.
I'll bet. Yeah, they're so good. So good.
Yeah, they really are. I still like first ones quite a bit too. Point of No Return. I come back to that one a lot too. That's the one with what was his name? I want to say Murray, but that's the name he gave to Teal'c. Martin Lloyd. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Willie Garrison. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's him. I like that episode too. Anyway. Well, Jeff, that's going to do it for us here for 2010. We've got a new episode on deck for next week. Where's it going to land? Where is it going to place? What are the messages that are contained within it? Oh, this one's going to be chock full of some of them. I promise you that. Are they good or are they bad? You know that just because an episode's chock full of messages doesn't mean the episode's very good. But sometimes it's also a phenomenal episode.
Sometimes it totally works out.
We'll find out. But Jeff, right now, you got to tell us what you think the plot is going to be based on title alone. That title is Absolute Power. What do you think?
Absolute Power. What comes to mind for me right out of the gate is Apophis. But there's no serpents. It's not the serpent's absolute power. So I don't want to fall into that trap, though, that it's always serpent stuff. We did just get Apophis. Okay. We've killed off a boatload of system lords. And I think that's what this is going to be, is introducing another system lord who is kind of trying to round up what's left out there from the forces of Haror and Hathor and just kind of all the remnants, and try to build up a thing so they can go and try and seek absolute power.
Interesting. Well, Jeff, you're a good guesser. And we'll find out if you're right here next time on Stargate SG-1 for the first time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Please don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, your YouTube videos, your Spotify stuff, whatever it is. And wherever you do find us, please be sure, if at all possible, leave us a rating and review. That really helps spread the wealth, helps other people know that, hey, cool podcast to listen to. And if you really want to help us out, the number one thing you can do, tell people about the show. That's really what we're asking for. Share this show with somebody that you know who loves Stargate SG-1, or somebody who, like my friend Jeff over there, is falling in love with this incredible series for the very first time. So until next time, folks, my name's Brent. That's Jeff. We're going to get out of here.
Hey, Brent.
Yeah,
hey, Brent.
Jeff, what's up?
This is direct out of the episode in our conversation. Where's the beef?
Oh, I know where it is.
You do?
Yeah, just go ask O'Neill or Joe.
Oh, man. For crying out loud.